Welcome everyone, this is Ryo Azuro, the Wannabe Hero, and we are taking a look at the Classic NES Console that was just released from Nintendo. So, as you can see, you have 30 games, as everyone knows. There's 30 games that came out with this. A lot of first party, there's a lot of, third party support, like you see Konami with Castlevania there. But I just want you to take a look at it as I talk a little bit about it. As you know, the console is really small. It's probably about 8 inches long, about 8 inches wide, and maybe about 2 inches tall. The controller, hey, that's pretty funny. The controller is about 2 feet in length, so it's really, really short. The HDMI cable is probably like 4 or 5 feet, about standard, so it's not too bad. But yeah, we'll take a look at them. Let's go look at options, talk about it. So as you can see here, we have different displays for it. You have like old school going CRT filter, you have the 4x3, and you have pixel perfect. So it makes it like CRT, but with the pixels. You have your options. You can go demo, shutdown, screen. You can reset them all to factory settings. Language, easy enough. You have legal notices, and then of course you have the manuals. What's kind of cool about this is that they are actually opening up the hotlines this weekend on the initial release, where you can actually ask for like tips and tricks like you used to when you call into Nintendo about, hey, is there like a code that I might be able to figure out how to beat this level or beat this part, and it's kind of cool. Also, what you have here is you see these suspend points. Let's go look at one of them real quick, like Excite Bike. Every game has 3 suspend points, and to get the suspend point, you just have to hit the reset button on the actual console itself. So that's kind of cool, and then you can like save your progress wherever you're at. So I kind of like that every game has like 4 save states. So it's almost like an emulator in that respect, where you have like save states for it. Well, let's take a look at these games. We have Balloon Fight. We have Bubble Bobble. I've played that one. Castlevania 2, Simon's Quest. I probably played more Simon's Quest. For Castlevania, I actually played, if you all remember, Harmony of Despair, which is for the Xbox Live Arcade. Had like a representation of the first Castlevania. So I've played it like on that, but not with like, the old Simon Belmont. We have Donkey Kong Jr., Double Dragon 2, I definitely played that one. Dr. Mario, I played. Excite Bike was really cool because you can actually make your own stages, so that was fun. Of course, Final Fantasy, being true RPG lover, I loved it. Galaga, Ghosts and Goblins, Gradius, Ice Climber, Kid Icarus, Kirby's, Mario Bros, Mega Man 2, Metroid, Ninja Gaiden, Pac-Man, Punch-Out, Star Tropics, Super C, Super Mario Brothers 1, 2, and 3, Tecmo Bowl, Legend of Zelda, and The Adventure of Link. Most of these I have played. Just a hint, if you like Tecmo Bowl, I believe it's the Raiders you want to play as, because if it still holds up, I believe Bo Jackson was given outrageous stats because he was really a prolific, proficient running back in the day. And so they gave him, like, you could outrun the whole team. So if you want to win kind of easily, that's my hint. This is nostalgic for me because, I love the Nintendo Entertainment System. I owned a lot of games for it, a lot of role-playing games, a lot of Mario, Duck Hunt, the original Turtles, so many different games. I wish a lot more were on here, obviously, but it seems like Nintendo is going to do this as like a sort of a series, so I hope they continue, especially with like Super Nintendo. I really hope they get the rights to do like a Super Nintendo system and get more games like from third-party developers, because yeah, we all love the Mario, we all love the Zelda, we all love Metroid, but it'd be great to play, imagine Super Nintendo playing like Super Mario RPG, which is like revered as a classic cult hit. And for me, Nintendo was where like Tetris. My mom would play it for a year, for a long time. Her and my dad would sit there and play at night and have a good time playing Tetris, just watching people. And particularly Super Mario Brothers 2, me and my mom would play, and she would like, you get those coins at the end, and if you go into, I guess, well, to keep it relevant, almost like Stranger Things, you have the upside down world. And when you use the potion and you try and find those extra mushrooms to give you more health, permanent health. So it's kind of cool that, she would have like a ton of coins, just go through a stage over and over again and sit there for like 15, 20 minutes with like hundreds of coins just when you have a, because Toad is the fastest picker-upper on Super Mario Brothers 2. So you use him in a certain area when you could get about 7 or 8 things to pluck to get the coins. And it was really fun. It was really cool. I've played a couple of these games. Overall, I like what it is. 30 games is really great. You gotta think, $60 is about $2 a game. So it's a great price point for those, especially if you have like, I have the Nintendo 3DS. I could get some of these on the Virtual Console on there. I actually do have like Mario 3 on the Virtual Console for my new 3DS. But, that was like $5. You got to think, you paid $2 for every one of these games. So that is a great price point if you don't have it. Plus the great thing is you have HDMI support, so you can play it, talk about it. And so it's a great deal. It's a great holiday gift. Great nostalgia. Actually, me and my wife will plan to probably sit down here in the next couple days and just get to enjoy, playing some of these, talking about it. So overall, I really like this system. I wish the controller was longer, obviously. I know I have some old Wii U controllers that I could use as well. I would just have to find them, which is kind of cool, but I really wish they would make a longer controller or even make it a wireless one. Not being online doesn't bother me at all. That's totally fine. So let's go take a look, before we end off. Let's go take a look at Punch-Out. And also you have save states. My daughter's been playing Kirby. So you have those pass keys again. You could probably still use those old codes. The old codes and talk about it. So Glass Joe, we'll finish it off with him. But I really, really am, I can't tell you stress enough how great it is to play a lot of these old games again. I just wish there was some more. Obviously, I can't wait for if they do a Super Nintendo one. Or even a version 2.0 of this. As we all know, Glass Joe is... Yeah, that was a trick. If you catch him in time, you'll knock him out. It's kind of cool that you have all these little things, and then people have talked about this. But there's some people in the crowd will tell you about boom! So yeah, if you get those stars, you can level, do a power hit and stuff like that. But those people figure out that in the crowd there's TKO, folks. That's how we end it. And look, little Mario loves it. Like the crowd, people figure out 15 years later, the crowd can actually give you hints about when some characters are going to do a move. So that's actually kind of cool that after so many years, and plus this one and Super Punch-Out are very popular speedruns that people like to do during Summer Games Done Quick or in the beginning of the year. I believe it's Awesome Games Done Quick. So I watched a lot of speedruns, especially if cool one I liked was Super Punch-Out, blindfolded. How someone could remember everything like that and beat it blindfolded is just amazing. I know the price point is bad right now. Most places are sold out. But don't worry, I'd say right now, don't go out and get this off of eBay. I'd say wait. Nintendo has promised to release more. I look forward to Black Friday deals. I look forward to maybe online deals again. I know it broke Amazon apparently, but honestly, if you have a chance, go get this. This is a wonderful investment. If you love old games, it's fun to play. My daughter's 7. She's loving playing it. I hope to introduce a lot of my the rest of my girls to it, to play some old nostalgic games. I mean, my daughter at 3 years old beat Dora the Explorer. That was a PlayStation 2 game. Yeah, you can't die or anything, but some of these games were a little bit harder. When I was playing this, I was about her age, and offers a good challenge, and offers critical thinking, I think, to figure out puzzles. So that's why I love video games. There's a great escape, and I hope to play some more. So overall, I say this is probably, I'd say an 8 out of 10. Longer controller cord, definitely, or go wireless with the next part, or release a longer controller cord. I'd say get more games. 30 is cool, but I would love to see more third-party games like Turtles. Just a bunch of other one like Tetris would be amazing if you could get all these third-party games. Like, get more of them. If you do release other consoles like a Super Nintendo, get like the ones that are hard to get. Like, can you imagine playing Earthbound, Chrono Trigger, Secret of Mana, all these great Super Nintendo games that you could put on a Super Nintendo system, minus of course old school ones like Blast Corps or GoldenEye. Well, it's probably that was the Super Nintendo. No, that was N64. But yeah, you can get some great Nintendo games. You can get Final Fantasy IV again. I would love. That's my favorite game that ever came out. As we know, it was Final Fantasy II in the U.S. But if they ever bring that out and put Final Fantasy II on there, or 4, I would be I'd play the heck out of that, along with Final Fantasy 3. Which was introduction of probably one of the best villains in Final Fantasy, which was Kefka. So yes, I would love them to continue doing this if they do this classic lines and give us more, especially role-playing games, which would make it more bang for your buck at $60. That's a great price point. You don't have to buy anything extra for it. It works out of the box. So again, hopefully you all get a chance to get this before the holiday season. If not, hopefully you guys can find it sooner or later. But it's definitely worth a buy, in my opinion, especially if you love nostalgia. Again, this is Ryo Azuro, the Wannabe Hero. Until next time, peace out.